I took my hat off for everybody. I look forward to gaining my weight back. That's something because I'm underweight. I will not allow myself to enjoy feeling good. Like if I start to feel good, I'll look in the mirror and I'll be like, look at those wrinkles. Look at how skinny you are. Your bones are sticking out. And I'll just rip myself apart. And that's not being a friend to myself. And that is actually playing into the MK Ultra. And I want to be an MK Ultra survivor, right? An MK Ultra victim in my mind would be somebody who's still suffering from it. MPD victim would be somebody who still has multiple personalities and alters. A victim would be somebody that's still suffering. I look at a survivor as them overcoming their traumas and tortures. Like when I think about the satanic rituals they forced me to be a part of, I've dealt with it. I've gone before my Savior and sought forgiveness from him, and he's helped me forgive myself. And that's not easy because other people were murdered and they lost their lives in a very vicious way. And whether I was forced to do it or not, programmed to do it or not, I still take responsibility and accountability, which brings me, there was this, remember the dude, the wannabe famous musician dude who raped me? He was a replacement band member for some famous band. I'm not going to say the name of publicly. I just don't want any problems. I'll say this. I like Papa Roach, and the band that he was a replacement band member of ran along that type of music. Anyway, why did I bring up the musician dude that raped me? Besides that, he was trying to have a power play over me, hence the rape. And I do think the Kingdom of Darkness used him directly to try to control me and manipulate me. But that's another reason why I married Yahusha. I rent a room. My household is my own. It's just me and my cat, and it's staying that way. This way, the powers that be or the actual Kingdom of Darkness itself cannot send somebody into my life to manipulate and control me. But there was another reason why I was bringing him up. I get a bottleneck of thoughts. I was talking about being a survivor, not letting things and getting over traumas and tortures. That's why I brought him up. It's because that dude video recorded me. And he turned around and said, Holly, I'm going to give it to the police and tell them that you murdered people and have you thrown in jail. And I was like, you go right ahead. You go take your recording that I had no idea you recorded, and you go take it to the authorities and you give it to them. And when you're done on Veterans Day and Memorial Day, you better go to every soldier. And instead of thanking them for their service, you better put them under arrest too for murdering people. You sent them out to war. You made them murder people. You better go arrest them too. Why do those veterans get recognition, but I don't? I went through the same thing they went through. Actually, I went through worse than they went through. It was against my will. They never went through the mind control. They never went through the human. They never went through the surgical enhancements. They never went through the chipping. I had it a lot worse than your typical soldier. And I'm not trying to say woe is me, but facts are facts. You're welcome for my service. You don't do that to your other soldiers, so why would you do it to me? For 37 years of my life, and this dude wants to turn around and have me thrown in jail for what? Going off to war and doing what you wanted me to do at your tax dollars? You were too much of a wimp to sign up yourself to do it. But against my will, I did it. I've been busy making supper. Ooh, make supper for me too. Right? Oh, no, thanks. I don't want to screw. Anyway, but he's trying to screw me. And I was like, you take your recording of me that you're trying to get me in trouble with and shove it. You're trying to dangle that over my head. You think that's going to make me want to date you? That's your tactic. Okay, you have fun with your tactic and you have fun with your recording. I'm not worried. And nor am I frightened. The police are going to look at you and go, boy, are you one dumb ass. By the way, buddy, she's got a restraining order against you, and you better continue to leave her alone. But he doesn't, and I think he just popped up in my chat room the other day under a different ID. Yes, I've helped the poor. I've brought homeless people into my house, fed them, gave them a place to sleep and a place to shower. Don't question me. How dare you? And I'm not going to tell you what I do for other people because I want the rewards to come from heaven. I don't like your question. That's not a very cool question. Hello. I didn't see them wave. I usually wave at people going by. So, anyway, it seems I'm always learning something new about myself. And I did my interview with Shanti today, which was awesome. And I'm not going to get into details because it's nobody's business and I don't want it public. But I'll just say that somebody recognized me that had to do with my testimony, and they confirmed that yes, I was used as an assassin. Yes, I do have alters, and they were able to explain 2 of my alters. And if you saw the interview with Shanti, you would see how he touched on a very tough topic. And that one topic was when the programmers, when I was a little kid, told me, ha, 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 Holly, you broke your stem off. So now you have to live as a girl having sex with boys. And it wasn't supposed to be like that. You were supposed to be born a boy, but you broke yours. Ha, ha, ha. You're gross and disgusting. And so this other person that recognized me, and I'm not going to tell you anything about the other person. It's not anybody's business. They confirmed that, yes, I do have male alters. And they are mean. Some of them are mean, nasty alters. And I'm going to tell you what, December 12th of 2014, when I went to Jonathan Cahn's, my meanest, nasty alters drove me there. And it was to make sure I was getting there. And I think some of them were sick and tired of being used. I was sick and tired. There was nowhere left for me to go. But there's this man, Yahusha, saying, I'm the way, I'm the way, I'm the way. Well, my meanest, nastiest alters took him up on it. So for you guys not to be able to wrap your mind around your Savior and his ways and doing it his way, I truly do not understand, because my most nastiest and meanest alters drove me to Yahusha to marry him. And I found out he's right. He is the way, but we have to do it his ways. And I don't mean to offend people, but yeah, I chop demons' heads off and I'm not going to stop. Because that's what he did. I'm not playing patty cake with demons. I'm not built for it. I'm not for it. with all due respect to everybody, and I love everybody, and I know we see things differently, and I can appreciate our differences because I'm only going to learn when I'm outside my comfort area anyway. And if I only have yes people around me, then I'm not going to learn anything. And not all of my friends agree with me anyway. Or not all my supports. Well, my support system mainly does because we're like minded. We're headed in the same direction. But there's still some people that are very dear and close to me. We don't see eye to eye, and that's okay. We don't fight about it. But I do research stuff that I don't know. And there's things that I'm not into, but I still like to know the truth about them. And I can appreciate differences. Um, and there's going to be more than enough topics that we do agree on, like ladies' night. Like, so I do not want to throw the baby out with the bathwater in any capacity. Is anybody talking in my chat? Because so far I don't see anybody talking in my chat, so I'm wondering if I lost my chat room already, right at the beginning of starting. I've had Dr. Robert Duncan's material front row and center on my mind, but that takes a lot of energy for me to get through. So I kind of needed a break, and I've been listening to music, dancing around the back of my yard. The ring cam caught me a couple times dancing. Hey, who had told me I got a song and dance, so I do it. And I'm happy. It raises to do my song and dance raises my vibration. To be a speaker giving my interviews raises my vibration. I'm happy. And I'm starting to get that spring back in my step, and I don't want it to end. And I would not want somebody to go, oh, that Holly, she's wrapped around Yahusha's finger. You can't even talk to her or say any other ideas because she's not going to hear you. I don't want to be one of those people. But if you're going to come to me and ask me on my channel or in my own personal life what's going on, I pray to have enough brass breasts to tell you, hey, listen, I do that. I'm like on this straight and narrow. Yeah, I do kind of have tunnel vision. I just do it Yahusha's ways, and I'm constantly trying to get to know his ways. What does he think? What does he want? What's his opinion? What's his countenance? And I should do more of that. And you got to test the spirits nowadays, because just because you say you're saved and are a believer does not mean that what's thrown at you at the spirit realm is always going to be from your savior, Yahusha. Like, I'm constantly testing spirits. I have to. The spirit realm to me is more real than this physical world. And everything happens in the spirit realm first before it manifests in the physical realm. So that's where I reside. I'll tell you, when the person recognized me and I got the message, at first I thought I was in big trouble. But when I sat down and I listened, and I'm not using names because I don't want to, it's nobody's business. But when the messenger sat me down, a messenger reached out to me and we did a video call because they meant business. They were serious. They were not playing any games with me. And I sat down at the video call and they started talking to me and saying, I don't know how to approach you. And I could actually feel my soul inside my body shift a little bit. And the first thing I thought was, Yahusha, get me ready. My golden bow and Yahusha's name, be with me. Don't go anywhere. Be with me through this. I want you here. And I just started at the end crying and saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for telling me. Thank you. And it was and I could tell it was the truth. And something struck me. And it was like, I think this is true. Now, I only met about 50 of my altars. I did not meet all of them. I don't know their details or their names. I'm fully reintegrated, so they're gone, but I have access to those altars. I have access to their information, but I need to jog my memories sometimes. And then from there, they come back and I test things and I sit with them for a while. And, over these past 11 years, to know the difference between a memory, a dream or nightmare, or technology. Um, and there's fine lines, but there is definitely a line. And I have to say, engaging in spiritual warfare attacks, helps attack. I mean, I engage in spiritual warfare in all three situations. It doesn't make a difference. But that's, coming from the dumbs. I don't want any more of that stuff. And I found peace doing it Yahusha's way and being in Yahusha. He says he's the way, he's the truth, he's the life. I was just a crazy white chick to take him up on it. And it turned out he was not lying, but I had to do it his way. And I remember one day back in 2021, Yahuwah came to me and he said, I'm going to break you. And when he said that, I was happy because he can only discipline his children. But when he said that, what he meant was, I'm going to break you down because I'm going to build you up in me. Now, you're going to be my warrior. You're going to fight in my style and you're going to fight the battles in my ways. And this is how I want you to do it and what I want you to use and how to go about it. So it's switching teams. And Yahusha reigns supreme and undefeated. So he's invincible right there. That's a no-brainer. He's the most infinite. He's the only infinite Alua out there. So he's a no-brainer for me. He trumps all these other forces. He trumps all these other powers. He trumps all these other gods and goddesses. So that's why I'm sticking with him. Whatever force or power you got out there, he's bigger. He's just bigger. You can deny it, but you'd be foolish to deny it. And I pray that you guys just turn to him in your own way. I'm not telling you to go to church. I'm not telling you to get a religion. I'm just telling you to get to know your creator for who he is. And it's the same person as your savior. It's not his son or somebody else. It's him. And let him introduce himself to you if you have not already. Because he's going to be your only way out of all of this. And even after this life, there's more to come. And I've learned that once we die is too late. Once you land in hell, you don't get another chance. If you don't want to land there, then be mindful of what you're doing here and now. Now, I'm going to be honest. A lot of people don't like this, but please don't kill me, the messenger. He said the only way to him is through Yahusha. We got to go through Yahusha. There's no two ways about it. And I don't want to get preachy, but it's what I've learned and come to find out the hard way too. If you have sleep paralysis, call out Yahusha's name. It'll stop. You got to say his name, Yahusha, Yahusha. And once the sleep paralysis is broken, you have to sit up and say, Yahusha, please pour your blood of the Lamb on me. I repent. Please show me how this demon got in my room. Who sent it? Why is it here? Did I do something? What's going on? Please clear my atmosphere. In Yahusha's name, Selah. Anyway, now that I'm preaching, I don't know. Plus, you got the Fourth Reich rising. I mean, next to Yahusha, it's the losing team. So I don't want to be a part of the Fourth Reich Rising. Maybe back when I was young and dumb, but not now that I'm older and I can look at things and I've had experiences. All right, I'm going to check my chat room because I haven't seen any comments. I've been missing comments. Aaron! Angles! There's a bunch of people in my chat room. Lisa D, you're from Shanti's? Oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm so sorry about the chat room. I lost my chat room. Michael Couch. Speedy, you made Italian sausage. I'm starving. Okay, so I think I'm caught up with my messages. Absolutely. Dancing is soul shaking. Rafea Enigmea. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Oh my God, singing and dancing. Yes. There's this song. It's called Soul Shaker by Max Lennon. Back in my 20s when I was a clubber, I used to love that song. Anyways, when I was deprogramming from MK Ultra, there I was on YouTube and I found the song Soul Shaker by Max Lennon and I left a comment underneath going, I love this song. It's so great. And he wrote back to me. We exchanged messages and me and my alters were like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Man, I loved his music. Just that one song, man. Soul Shaker, Max Lennon, but you got to listen to the remix. Oh, how's it go? I'm coming from you live from behind the speakers. Can you feel me? Can you taste my soul? I'm on the tip of your tongue. And I'm the soul shaker. Listen, my Ruach Kadesh rocks my world. My companion, my spirit companion, my spirit guide, I picked it to be Yahusha's spirit. Or Yahuwah's spirit. I mean, you can have your spirit guides, your spirit animals, but the one I picked Yahusha in spirit. So he shakes my soul. He rocks me. Like he's a feeling and he's just everything. But I love that song. Anyway. Hey, Pat, it's great to see you. Yeah, so I'm still catching up with my emails. But anyway. I was listening to music. What I need to be doing is going out in my boat, but I think I need to get a new inflatable raft. So I was thinking about paddling around the lake or going to play frisbee golf. I'm not sure, but I wanted to do something active. I'm just not sure what I want to do. The lake would be great because it's been a hot day. And then I was reading this. I was picking out some things that I'd be interested in making. But I don't. This is all Greek to me. Hobby Holly, hobby homemaker. Give me my apron. I'll stay home. I'll do those womanly things. I don't want a man's job. No, sorry, Bob. I identify with a girl, and girls just want to have fun. Just so happens I'm a real girl born with girl body parts. I am heterosexual, but I got a vow of celibacy that I am more than happy with. And considering I had male alters, they don't like to be poked and prodded. I remember what my male alters used to say to that dude before he glassed my lung. I'm not going to get into that. That might be a conversation for ladies' night. Those are tough topics. And when it comes to MK Ultra, just MK Ultra in general has a lot of sexual tension around it because they use that. They program that. So Sometimes it can be like walking on eggshells. And it can be really hard to talk about these things because they're delicate topics. I mean, who really wants to admit how, you were programmed to be of the opposite sex? And all that stuff is really gross to me. So it's tough for me to talk about, but I do. But in this normal life, I'm a heterosexual girl, and at this time, I'm not interested in anybody, and I just want guys to leave me alone because, as far as I'm concerned, I'm already married. I don't like guys touching me, kissing on me. I hate being not hit on. Can't stand it. The other week I was hit on, and I didn't like it one bit, and not just by one guy. Someone tried laying a kiss on me. He's lucky I went into shock, but and instead of getting triggered, because my knee-jerk reaction would have been to put my fist into the back of it, through the back of his head. I'll be honest. I wasn't programmed to be your girlfriend, and I ain't looking to be one now. Plain and simple. Like the dude that collapsed my lung, I'm so happy he found somebody else. She did me a favor. I don't want to lose her like that. He won't have to worry about another guy wanting her anyway. Not with the way she looks with her patch of hair. So, and at this point in my life, I'm not really looking to serve a guy anyway or be a girlfriend or a wife to him. I love being Yahusha's wife because he doesn't ask me to cook or clean or do anything. If I do anything, it's because I want to, not because he makes me or because I have to. And I got a problem submitting to guys. Why would I submit to a finite guy? I just wouldn't do that. A finite human guy, especially one that's not a super soldier, I could not bring myself to do it. That's another reason why I got a vow of celibacy. And no, I don't want another super soldier because they're messed up. Yeah, most of them come out hating Yahusha. And I don't want to deal with that garbage. If they can't find the truth and get to the truth on their own, I listen. I don't, either they're already fixed when they show up, or I just keep moving past them. They either show up already working, healthy, or no. And I'm really, really picky, very picky. So, I picked Yahusha, perfect man, and I'm happy with them. Yeah, I was checking on getting my teeth. Joe, I was thinking about you. I gotta reach out to you privately. Aw, thank you very much. I tried to look pretty today. I did. I clean up well. I take my hat off, did my hair and makeup. I'm out of my pajamas. I should do videos like this more often. More people would tune in because I wouldn't look ratty. I really like that skin cream I've been using. I might be skinny, but my skin's starting to look really nice. When I get out of the shower, I put aloe all over. And I got this beef tallow with castor oil and frankincense. So thank you. Yes, I cleaned up. I got dressed for you guys. This is what I look like, for real. Yeah, it's real hair. My teeth are real. They're not veneers. Or they're not fake. I need a dentist though. I don't have Botox like Max Spears' ex-girlfriend. I worked hard to get these. I worked hard getting 3 dozen crows for their feet. So, can you believe next month I turn 51? My gosh, I still act like I'm 27. I still act like I'm 20 years old. Are you kidding me? I'm never going to grow up on the inside. I don't think I look, I don't even think I look 50. Now that I'm cleaned up, I don't look like I'm 50. I was thinking of getting a fake ID. I forget what I was going to get it for. I was going to get a fake ID. My picture on it, just different name, different birthday. I wasn't trying to like pretend to be anybody else. I just wanted different details. I was drifting off there for a minute. I was zoning out. I was thinking about my altars and I was thinking about the information I was given today. And I'm so grateful to the messenger. I'm so grateful to the other person. And I really think that they were honest in the way they presented themselves. And they did a video call with me. And I just cried. I was so grateful that they told me. And it was about my altars. Oh, and I don't want Meenakshi to walk in. She's always walking into my videos during certain times. I don't want her to like change what she says to me. I just want her to be her. But apparently, I had some altars, and there was someone that knew the names to my altars, and I listened to the names of the altars, Molly and Gary. When my altars would come forward, what I would do is I would nickname my altars based on a characteristic that they had, like Shakes. Well, Shakes, when she came forward, I remember sitting at an ex-friend. Well, we're not friends anymore. I got rid of that because of the rapist dude and other reasons. But anyway, I remember sitting at Dave's table back in 2019, shaking for 5 hours and just sitting there shaking. For the first 3 hours were ridiculously painful. My muscles remembered what it was like to be electrocuted. So when that altar came forward to tell me about the electrocutions, well, I nicknamed her Shakes. So when my altars came forward, I'd nickname them. Well, you know, Max Spears' ex-girlfriend, when her and her friends would troll me, what they would do is be like, oh, Shakes, give some certain code word and try to trigger me to unalive myself. I was like, that's not even my altar's names. They don't have names. They don't have names. Like, so you can say Holly Bagley all you want. You can say Shakes all you want. But anyway, so I guess, but see these altars like Gary and Molly, that's not a name. Not the way I see a name. That's like a job function. That's like an order or a set of instructions. I don't look at Gary Holman as being a name. I look at that as being the actual trigger word. Gary Holman would already have his instructions instilled in him. Just like Molly or Sam or Michael. I don't know. But what I do know is that Max Spear's ex-girlfriend and her whore pagan friends were never able to trigger me or get the better of me or anything like that. So we'll see what happens, you know, and what pops up. Did I lose my chat room again? Kratom. Last comment I see is Joe. Hey, Holly. I lost my chat room again, didn't I? You know, a couple months back, I had some memories become clearer. And the memories that become clearer, I remember talking to an older guy, white hair with wrinkles. And there was a human sacrifice that had been done. And this guy and I were standing there, and he was looking at me. And he handed me something to eat. And it was from the human sacrifice. And then he handed me a glass. And he was hawking at me and making sure I ate and making sure I drank. And then when we talked after that, he spoke to me, and then I could see he kind of relented and started to feel comfortable with me, almost as if, okay, all right, so Holly's going to do what I'm going to tell her to do. She's going to obey me, and I'm not going to have a problem with her. All right, and she's going to be sworn to secrecy, and I'm not going to have to worry about this one. She's not going to be playing games with me. And the memory's like a flash. I don't know the man. I don't know who it is. Kind of like Jeffrey Epstein, but more wrinkles. And not such a long, fake chin. Anyway. Jeffrey Epstein looks familiar. That temple on his property looks familiar. But I do not believe that I was on Epstein's island. And honestly, for a little while, I was confused thinking that I was on Epstein's island. So I repent to you guys for my mistake. I correct myself. I've been to a lot of places, but that temple on his island really confused me. That's why I thought I was there, because the temple was so familiar. But I don't think I was there for... I mean, they could have used me for sex while I was there, but then if I was even there, I would have been right on my way back out, sent on another assignment or mission. Like, all right, I got to check my chat room. And Sarajevo. Hey, Steve Mo. No, I'm not ignoring the chat, Steve Mo. I keep losing my chat room. It's so great to see you. My title. Oh my God, Stephen Mo, Shanti's been doing my interviews. I sent out 11 letters, but Shanti was the only one whose email got through to me, and they're bigger channels. You know, people like Joe Rogan, stuff like that, to get my testimony out. I believe I'm ready. Well, anyway, I had to change my email. The new one is Holly Baglio at myyahoo.com, and it better be my Yahoo and give me my incoming messages. Shanti sent a message going, you're not getting your emails, I can't get through. But the email went through. Anyway, so it's Holly Baglio at myyahoo.com. You can also try as another backup, Holly Baglio 2 at gmail.com. But I'm going to tell you right now, Proton and Gmail are not going to give me any messages that are intimate, private, personal, with paramount information. Anything about super soldier stuff, it's not going to get through to me. So go to my Yahoo. Oh, it's so great to see you. It's been so long. And Golden Coins here. Hostess Miss with the most is keeping you, Mashiach, the focus. The 12th. Thanks, Speedy Romans. I appreciate it. No, I do look nice today. Like, I really should take the time to, like, take my hat off and brush my hair. I can do nice videos. See, but I got a little bit of eyeliner on. I didn't put any mascara on. I don't have any blush or foundation, but I don't look too bad, right? I should take my hat off and do my hair. I might land more interviews if I do. All right, she's okay. I can get my crate on. It's good to be seen. I guess I hide behind my hat, and yeah, I make myself look ugly, and I should not do that. I don't want to be hit on. I'm working on my esteem and confidence, okay? But anyway, let's get off my looks. I'll just try to dress nicer. Plus, it does make me feel good about myself. It's like I come down so hard on myself. I won't even dress nice. I won't pamper myself or do anything to make myself feel good. I won't even let myself soak my feet. And I don't know why I'm so mean to myself like that. But, you know, if I were just a little nicer, it would go a long way. Like, the problem is not with me being nice to people. The problem is me being nice to myself. I just don't do it. I don't do anything that makes me feel good. And watch, tomorrow I'll be back in the hat. Thank you, Steve. I'm doing my testimony. I'm doing interviews again. And I'm really, really happy. I want to do more. A lot more. COVID shut me down. Well, I want to get back started. I want to get started back up. I want to come back. So I guess this is my comeback. And I really appreciate Shanti and her channel. She does amazing work. And I really appreciate her as a person. I appreciate what she's doing for me. Like, it's just huge. And I pray her so many barakas. I'm not trying to be religious or anything like that, but I just pray her many gifts and miracles and barakas in Yahushua's name. Shanti is just a really awesome woman. She's got such a nice way about her. I feel comfortable and safe with her. And she's educated. And it's nice. And I think because I think we have a good rapport, and because we do, it comes out in the video. She's very authentic and she's very smart. She is. Like, she's well versed in her research and she knows what she's doing. She's powerful in the spirit. I don't know if she knows that, but she is. Oh, very powerful. So I can recognize that. I can recognize her power in her. I can tell. She can, Shanti can definitely spend it if she wanted to. I don't know if she knows this, but if she wanted to, she could send a lightning bolt down the back of your spine if she wanted to. I'd never want to piss her off, that's for sure. Doing rumble. All right, so we'll go outside and sit down. Hey, Alicia, thank you. That's why I wore that. I was trying to pick a color, and that's what popped in my head. I was like, Holly, you look good in white. You're kind of pale as it is, but white looks good on you. And like this shirt kind of looks it looks nice. It's not a t-shirt. Well, it is, but it's got some, It looks girly and pretty. Like you could wear it to a job, you know? Like I could get away with wearing this as a blouse over a skirt at a job, maybe Friday afternoons, like on casual Friday, or maybe as a blouse underneath the blazer. I used to, when I worked for Pharmacia before Pfizer bought it out, I used to have to dress business casual. I was done up in high heels, skirt, blazer, blouse, hair and makeup. Hell yeah. The first day of work, they sent me home. They're like, you can't wear Dockers. You can't. I was wearing slack. And I was wearing, they weren't jeans. I guess you call them Dockers. They're like, you cannot dress business casual. You have to dress business professional. So I actually went home. I drove home. I changed and I came back. And I said to them, I said, now listen, I got to work Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday the rest of this week. This is the only outfit I have. I don't have business professional. I only have business casual. So my whole first paycheck, it's a good thing I live with grandma because my whole first paycheck I'm going to have to take just to spend on a wardrobe. I'm not kidding you. And I told the boss too. Well, the one secretary runs and tells the boss before I even had a chance to. But anyway, the rest of the week I went in and that's what I wore. The same thing. I think the following day my grandmother had given me a blouse and a skirt and it was borderline. You could see it. And the following day I wore the same outfit. And then that weekend when I got paid a lot of money. My first paycheck for 3 days, and just for 3 days, for like 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, was like $1,200 after taxes, and that was about 25 years ago. So that was really good money just for being a secretary, sitting inside pushing paper, easy. And I was always good at offices, you know, keeping books, accounting, scheduling meetings, itineraries, juggling. Like if you had 50 people working for you, I was also a good project manager. I could juggle those tasks. I also got training at work. I was good at it, but then they also trained me. So then I loved working for Pharmacia because I worked on executive staff, and my boss, his last name was Ben Joseph. And I was like, isn't that Yahusha's stepdad's name? Ben Joseph or something like that. Anyway, that was my dream job. I loved it. What was I talking about? I bind and cast away any psychic warriors trying to make me draw blanks and crap. And then one day came, I was bit by a recluse spider that I caught Lyme's disease from. Then I had to deal with the venom from the recluse spider. It tore my body down and I became fully disabled and partially bedridden for 3 years. I literally crawled to the bathroom. My boyfriend, Kevin, at the time would feed me food because my hands were like crippled. I remember I took one of my old college law books, real thick book, and I tried to straighten my hands out as best I could on the counter because they were like crippled from the rheumatoid arthritis and crinked up. And I tried to stretch them out. And with the other hand, as best I could, I just started smashing the book down on my hand. And I did not stop until my fingers and my hand went completely straight on the board that I was smashing my hand on. And it hurt. It hurt. I felt some muscles ripping. And then I turned around and I did it to the next hand. I remember going into this was back in 2000, 2000, 2007, 2008, 2007, 2008. I did that with my hands. I went to the doctor and she's like, what'd you do? I was like, what do you mean, what did I do? Look at my hands. I got my fingers straight. Look at that. I can move them and they're straight. They hurt like a son of a gun, but they're straight. That's more than you could do in 2 years of treating me. I can't believe you smashed your hands between a book. They're straight. I'm not like crinkled like on retarded, and I can't like even wrap my fingers around a utensil to write my name or a fork to like bring the food to my mouth. Oh, thank you, Kara D. I really appreciate it. Shanti's awesome. Thank you so much, Alicia. I really appreciate it. So even my rheumatologist was pissed off at me. I'm like, you guys got to get over yourselves. At least my fingers are straight. You guys never were able to do that much for me. Like, that's what my Grandmaster Kwok would have done, because I took martial arts in my normal life and I excelled at it. Like what takes a normal person 2 years, I achieved in 6 months. I would have had my black belt in a year, and it typically takes you 3 years to get your black belt. I didn't stick with it, but anyway, that's what my Grandmaster would have done. Ever since then, my fingers have been straight, but I kid you not, like when I first got rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, and got sick with that Lyme's disease, I was crippled. My fingers were crinked and everything. I was like, I'm just assuming that's what my Grandmaster would have done. But he wouldn't have left me with crippled hands. When I got done with myself, my fingers have been straight ever since. You know, I listened to those doctors. I would have been in a wheelchair, still done up on a bunch of pills. Actually, they would have taken all the good pills away and just left me in the wheelchair. Nowadays, they don't give you anything that works. And then if you ask for help, they say, oh, you're seeking pills. It's like, screw you. You got no idea what pain is. And when I tell you I'm in pain, treat me for it, damn it. I'm not pill seeking, man. I'm not pill seeking. So, but I like it. Sometimes, some days I get where I'm like, my body just feels like I'm back in the cages or tied up again, stiff. But I really enjoy Shanti. I'm really appreciative. I really like interviewing with her. And I hope I'm doing a good job. I want to do good for her and her channel and you guys. So, but there's a lot that I don't know about myself that has happened. And there's people out there that will recognize me that I don't remember. And that's a little, off-putting. But at the same rate, it's nice to meet somebody who's willing to share with me what they remember. And I'm not, there's a difference when somebody's being sincere versus when somebody just wants to involve themselves in super soldier crap. I'm not a part of the super soldier and UFO communities anymore. I used to be, and I met a couple of really great people. But the majority of them I go against the grain. Shoot, I'll be honest. I go against the grain just to go against the grain. I'm like one of these people that, like my grandma growing up, when I get around my other cousins, she'd be like, Holly, stop instigating. Stop instigating. And I'd be like, what's an instigator? And she'd be like, you're it. You're being an instigator. Stop it. Because not in a bad way, I would just get my cousins wound up and then I'd get wound up. I'll be flying off the handle. Not in a bad way, just, joking around, laughing a little too hard. Kids horsing around too much. She'd be like, stop instigating. Stop instigating your cousin Jamie. Stop instigating your cousin Jamie. You're instigating him. Stop it. But it's so easy because he was funny. It's easy to make him laugh and get him going. But that was on the surface of the earth. I'm one of those people that I could see starting a riot. Like, I would have no problem starting a riot. I could incite people if I wanted to. I could be like, yo, let's go. Da 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 da. Yeah, good idea. Charge. No. Oh, Sarajevo. That's what I was going to talk about. So, Sarajevo. I remember in 2019 when I was typing my autobiography, I was in Townsend, Tennessee, and I started typing about Sarajevo. And I typed out details in my autobiography. I got done. I grabbed a glass of wine. I went outside to smoke a cigarette. I just got done writing, writer hop, author Holly, right? Writing my own autobiography, trying to. And as soon as I get outside, I light the cigarette and it's dead quiet, like it is now. And then right over the treetops, just slightly above the treetops, out of nowhere, comes a black helicopter swooping right over my head directly. Just dead silence, and I hear whoa, 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 and there's a black helicopter, and it's right above me. I kid you not, I dropped the cigarette. I did not drop the wine. I turned around, walked back inside, and everything I typed up about Sarajevo, I deleted off the screen, saved it, and then went back and typed everything up without detail. And then I told myself, Holly, forget the detail. You're going to get yourself killed. Just don't put the detail. And I don't even remember what I said. But anyway, in Sarajevo, 91, 92, I remember talking to Top Brass, and it was a couple of super soldiers, like, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 of us. I was talking to Top Brass, and then they sent us out. And it was me and a second super soldier. And we went out, and we were told to take out certain targets. I remember walking through the stadium as it burned. Sarajevo was nothing but a bloodbath. It was brother against brother. Almost 50% of the population hacked itself to death. And there was no reason to start that war in Sarajevo. I remember when my assignment was done, there was a certain building I was to wait at until they sent the extract. How do you say it? The extract to get me out. Like Black Ops, like I hid myself until Black Ops came and I had my extraction and they got me out of Sarajevo. It was Bosnia, Kosovo, and Serbia. Bosnia, Kosovo, and Serbia. But anyway, they got me out, and I remember it was the United Nations flying me home. And when I got back home, I remember walking into Ridge High School. I walked into history class, and there's the professor going, so does anybody know what's going on in Sarajevo? And I happened to snap out of altar, and I was thinking to myself, yeah, I know all about Sarajevo. I just got back right now, as a matter of fact. What would you like to know, Mr. Hanft? I'll teach the class. And I went and I sat down at the desk, and then the other altars popped up and they reprogrammed me, and I just went back down into the hypnosis. I did not stay awake at that point. There were a few times where I started remembering stuff, but some of the altars were programmed, or an altar was programmed to say, hey, Holly's awake. I got to put her back down. She cannot know she's an active super soldier. She cannot have these memories right now. There was another altar. I called her the front altar, where she would keep a straight face and you would never know what was going on. And meanwhile, I'd behind the front altar screaming for help. Help, this is what just happened to me, help. But that front altar would not say anything. So nobody knew. Um, you would not have known that I was a super soldier unless I told you. And it's still the same nowadays. People laugh and they're like, look at you, you're so small. Yeah, laugh it up, idiot. You would never expect me. And that's your downfall. And I got you right there. You never expect me. And I remember too walking up to that airplane when the UN was flying me back to the States, and I put my hand on the airplane and I looked at the pilot and stewardess and I said, we're going to have a nice quiet flight home tonight, this time. And I took my bags and I sat in the front row. And this is a long time ago, so the seats were a little bit different. And I remember putting up the armrest and just stretching out in the front row of seats. I didn't sit in first class. I sat right in back of first class, and I just stretched out on all the seats and I slept. I slept like there was no tomorrow. I was exhausted. Now, during the process of me waking up, I told you that I put this up live on YouTube, and there were a lot of people that would constantly pop up and screw with my recovery process. Oh, I remember you, Holly. And then if I started talking about Yahusha, or if I had a different opinion as them, they would get pissed off and start playing games with me. And it's like, okay, so if you are being sincere and you remember me from the dumps, don't get pissed off at me that I'm not like you, or that I'm not like this person you thought you knew. I'm not her. You got to get to know Holly now. You have an opportunity to do that if you want. I really don't care if you do or don't, to be honest with you. I got my own stuff going on. There's people that I want to know myself. And if you don't want to know me, don't worry. I got my eyesight set on finding some other people that I want to know. Maybe they'll want to know me back. But or you get the other people that are just playing games to see, oh, I'll throw this at Holly. And if Holly agrees with me, then she's not a super soldier because she's agreeing with the made up lie that I just made up. So the truth is, yeah, some dude, Sergeant Bragg, came forward and said he was one of the 3 dudes that came back for me in December 2011. He didn't say it like that. Now, do I know him to be the guys? No, I don't know him. Could I be wrong about it being Kieran, Casbolt, and Aaron? I could be, yes. And if I am wrong, it's not the first time I'm wrong, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last time. But I think he's playing with me. He never followed through. And now he's starting to pop up, oh, you're lying. Oh, tell the truth. Oh, SRA was emailing me. Yeah, we'll keep emailing each other. I don't have time for your crap. But then you get other people like what happened today, where an email was sent to someone very close to me. I hopped on, someone very close to me said, Holly, we're doing a video call. We did a video call. We got a hold of the third person, and they synced me up with the third person who remembers me from the dumps, and they gave me information. They did not play games with the information. They didn't say, oh, well, Holly believes in Yahusha, so I'm not going to tell her what I think or what I have to say or what I remember, even though she wants all of her memories back, and maybe I could help her jog her memories. I was so grateful for the people today, and I'm not giving names. They know who they are. And I'm so grateful for those 2 people. And I can work with that, and I don't feel that they're playing with me. But there's other people out there always trying to discredit me, and it's like, for what? Go away. Go play with each other, all right? Go play with yourself. Go play with each other. Just go. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Get your focus off of me. Forget my existence. Now, like heart to heart, yeah, I had some problems, like working my salvation out with a lot of fear and trembling because I did a lot of bad stuff as a super soldier. I was forced to do a lot of bad stuff. Even though I don't have all my memories back, I have enough to go on. I have enough to feel my way around. I might be slow on the uptake, but I'll eventually catch on. I'm good at following breadcrumbs. I just wish somebody would leave me some breadcrumbs worthwhile to follow. Yahusha, you know what I want to know? Where Dr. Robert Duncan's obituary is. I'm not going to be satisfied until I see it. I don't know why I get stuck on things, but I mean, I tell you, I think about things I got no business thinking about, but there I am thinking about them. And Dr. Robert Duncan's obituary is one of them. Where's his autopsy? I want to pick up on something. Give me something to, Abba, if it be in your will, give me something to read. Give me his obituary. Give me his autopsy. Let me read something. I want to get a feel here. Abba, you gave me spiritual gifts you let me use. No autopsy. Where's this information? Dr. Duncan said that when he dies, he's going to be he's going to be releasing information. Did you guys catch that in his interview? I caught that. I'm like, wait a minute. He's saying, when I die, I'll be releasing information. Really? If you're dead, you ain't going to be doing anything. I'm hoping he's not dead. I'm hoping this is all a big experiment. He's going to pop up and say, see, I was doing this experiment, mind to mind interface, and da 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 da, and this is how it went. Could you imagine? I don't know. I think about weird stuff, but nonetheless, seriously, if he has passed on, I'm sorry to him and his family and his friends and everybody affected by his death. I'm not trying to make light of it in any capacity. I'm actually really upset that he's dead because this means I'll never be able to reach out to him, to talk to him, and to tell him that his voice was used on me. And I think he has a right to know that. And he's not so bad for a Renaissance man. I'm married. Yeah, you guys want to play matchmaker? Play matchmaker with like him. What? Where were you guys? You guys missed that one for years. That one would have worked. Oh, God, I hope he wasn't married because I would not want to upset his wife. I don't think he was. I didn't see a wedding band. He didn't sound like he was married. But his work is amazing. And I think we should all dive into it. Did I lose my chat room again? I'm not ignoring you guys. My chat room keeps stopping. Okay, I'm going to spiral because I'm going to have to refresh my screen. And I'm going to see if you guys are talking in my chat room. I really implore you to look into Dr. Robert Duncan's work. Man, I wish I knew about him instead of that Dr. Carlstrom. No offense to Dr. Carlstrom. It's just, there's something about Dr. Robert that that Dr. Carlstrom doesn't have. Yep, I lost my chat room. Lisa, I'm really humbled, sweetheart. Holly's holding the torch. Yeah, and Golden Coin's holding my arm up. You see that chicken arm? I went to heaven and asked God why bad things happen to people, and God said he gives each person grace and ability to live through what they have to go through. And sometimes it's not from him. Thank you, Lisa D. Don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, I got to stop doing that too. Hey, Miss Wilson, how are you? I'm so sorry, guys. My chat room comes and goes as it pleases. I'm a badass. Joe, it's really easy to talk into a video where all I do is see myself and you guys are just typing words in the chat room. I don't consider this to be a badass. Face to face, I'd be running in my room, hiding myself under my pillow. Mm-hmm. That was a brick and block stone mason. Really? Wow, Speedy Romans. You know what? I got to say, I enjoyed working with my hands more than I enjoyed being a secretary. I was a plumber's apprentice for 6 months and I was reading the code books to get my license. I was a carpenter for my stepdad for like 2 years or so. And I even went and took my carpenter's license or test for the union and passed. I never got into electrical stuff, but there was an electrician that taught me how to wire a house, just really quickly do basic wiring, but I didn't like it. He taught me how to stand on one leg. But I liked the carpentry because I liked working with my hands, being outside, and you could see your work when it's done. Whereas when you look at a desk, it's a desk. It's either got papers all over it or it's cleared off. I mean, working with your hand, I really liked physical labor, but I was always a secretary. I worked for AT&T for almost 7 years. Pharmacia was my dream job, but then my grandmother was given 6 months to live, so I gave her at-home hospice care and stayed home to take care of her. After that, I contracted Lyme's disease shortly thereafter, and my life was a slow decline from then until I woke up to this MK Ultra and basically in the year 2000, and from there my life just plummeted straight into darkness. I thought it was bad. When this MK Ultra came along, man, it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, was to deprogram. And you guys in your normal life, trauma affects us all differently. I'm the homeowner. Had said as saying something like, Holly, we're all abused during our childhoods, but it takes all of our adulthood to cope with that childhood trauma. So our childhoods are spent being traumatized, and then our adulthoods are spent healing from that trauma. So whether you're from the dumbs or on the surface of the earth, guys, they knocked down those Gwen towers, all right? They're coming after you. That's why I don't get these targeted individuals and these people. Oh, I'm in a project. I'm so special, and voice to skull technology is used on me. And they're all hyped up on themselves. They're turning a demonic attack into voice to skull technology, and they're missing the point, and they're not protected. And they're not helping anybody else be protected. I think that you and I should read Dr. Robert Duncan's book. Somebody sent me Soul Catcher, his book. I don't know if it's online for free or if you got to buy it, but somebody sent me the PDF. I'm hoping somebody sends me To Tame a Demon. I'd like to know what he says in science, because in a spiritual voice, I can talk to you guys in a spiritual voice, whereas Dr. Robert Duncan has a scientific, technological voice. And no offense, but I think he got, man, like some of these so-called believers and Christians, I'll be honest, he probably could not get a clear reading with them because they're into the new age fake Jesus. Like, I'm actually a true believer. I'm living in Yahushua's ways. I'm not Jewish tradition. I'm not Christian. I'm not any of that. I just follow the Lamb, and I get my information directly from the Lamb. I just get the Lamb, being Yahushua. I'm not trying to be preachy. But I follow the Lamb. I let the Lamb be my rabbi. I read his scripture and the 22 Apocrypha books. I spend time with him. We go rafting and hiking. I ask him to help me cook and pick out my clothes for the day. I ask him what it's like in heaven, who he talks to, what goes on, and what it's like for him. I ask him his opinion on situations. I'll go to him and say, Abba, I just got to do or Abba, I have an interview for Shanti. Please come with me and do the interview with me and be with me. Or, like, just. So I know where I am spiritually. And I would have really liked to have gotten to talk to Dr. Robert Duncan, especially because his voice was used in that voice to skull technology. I would love to know who put him up to it, who gave him my information to even point that technology at me. Who was it? What does he think as a person? But also, what's the bigger picture? Somebody obviously put him up to it. So who was that somebody? Okay, so even if they use morphing abilities and use Dr. Duncan's voice, all it would have done is led me back to his material, which would have made me study and make me smarter. If this voice to skull technology was trying to turn me into a Manchurian candidate or do something foul to me like it's typically meant for, it would not have been nice to me. I can't believe I've seen this sinister technology used for purposes of good. If somebody was trying to do something bad to me, they would not have used Dr. Robert Duncan's voice. They would have used a voice I did not know. That voice led me back to Dr. Robert Duncan and his material. And it just so happens that I'm in the right place in the right time in my mind and spiritually in my life where I think I'm ready to handle all of this stuff. Took me a while to get here, 10, 11 years. I'm here. And I just celebrated my 7-year anniversary being an ordained freedom deliverance minister. But I would sure love, man, I'm just going to have to dive into all of his material until I've read it to death and listened to it until it's drilled in my head. You know what it is I want to help the snake help eat itself and blink itself out of existence. I want to get rid of the kingdom of darkness. Thank you. 7 years, right? August 11th, 2018. 4 ordained ministers plus 2 other people and myself, 7 people in total, went before Abba and ordained me and my spiritual gifts to him and serving him in Yahushua's name. And I really mean it. I gave my gesture to Yahushua. I really wanted to go through with the ordainment ceremony because, you guys, the marriage ceremony is important. Your baptism ceremony is important. Well, my ordainment ceremony to Yahushua was really important, especially coming from the dumps and coming from the past I came from. I wanted to have something to show for my faith. Just like I wanted to have something to show for my time when I was stuck down in Townsend, Tennessee, hating life, dealing with severe battered woman syndrome, with a cracked cheek, a lung that way a collapsed lung I was healing from. And I wrote my autobiography. So when I got done with Tennessee and Townsend, Tennessee and Germantown, Maryland, I came back to Jersey with a book in my hand. Now, if I have the finances, I would love to open up my website again. And then you guys could just go there and see everything. But nonetheless, that's not what I base success on. But it is kind of helpful for you guys to have easy access to information. But getting back to Dr. Duncan's information, he said when he dies, he's releasing information. Well, he's dead. So when's he going to release the information and where is it? Anybody know? Usually people will say, oh, well, when I die, upon my death, I have it arranged that people are going to release information. I have it backed up in different areas. No, what does Dr. Duncan say? Oh, when I die, I'm releasing information. Okay, doctor, you're dead. Where's the information? I want to go through it. I'm asking. I love you so much, Yahusha. Thank you so much, Miss Wilson. Yeah, I hate religion too. I've gotten mixed up with religion and denomination. And even Yahuwah tells me, do not be legalistic. Don't be religious. Don't be legalistic, Holly. I'm a feeling. I'm a relationship. I'm not, yes, of course, I came to fulfill the law and I am your attorney at law, but don't be legalistic. Don't be religious. Don't be draconian. And I can get like that just as a person. But he's a relationship, and yes, he has his ways, but he's not like one of these strict nuns that beat the crap out of you with a ruler because you had to use the bathroom. Like, he's not like that. And I have to remember that too, because, I get so stuck that I'll paint myself into a corner. I'll be like, no, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. And I paint myself in the corner. And sometimes, like, we have to take things back. I don't know, like sometimes there's certain songs where I'm like, Abba, I want to take this song back and turn it into something that you and I can have, that when it comes on the radio, I can think of you. Because you're my boyfriend. Pucker up, buttercup. We've been married since December 12, 2014. When are you going to kiss me? Of all the people I want to be kissed by, you're the only one I want touching me, Yahuwah. And I hope the rest of them, all their lips fall off. In Yahusha Shem Selah. Hey, it's Blazing. How are you? Yeah, I did an interview today, Blazing, with Shanti from Aquarius Rising Africa. I want to give my interviews. And also the great thing is I'm jogging my memories. And when I do interviews, that's like the greatest thing to do, because before I started with Shanti today, I was thinking, I'm in the mood to preach about Yahusha. I'm going to do a terrible job for Shanti. And I kid you not, for 45 minutes before I got live online with her, I was like, Yahuwah, get me in my super soldier mindset. Get me back in the cage. Abba, like, I'm ready to preach about Yahusha. I can't be in this mood. I need to be back in the cage. I need to give my testimony about the cages, and I can't think. And like yesterday, I had a whole bunch of starting points for Shanti and I, and there I was before her. I couldn't even think of one starting point today. But I remember thinking, Yahuwah, get me in my super soldier mindset. Like, get me back into the DOMs, get me back into the mindset of talking about super soldiers, talking about MK Ultra, talking about the DOMs, talking about the kids in the cages, talking about the electrocutions, because I was in the mood to preach, and that's not going to do. Like, if I'm on my own channel, preachy, okay, fine, I'm on my own channel. But I'm not going to come to somebody else's channel or on somebody else's page or even in the comments and beat you guys over the head with my stuff. I'd like to beat you over the head with it, but I can't. So I just go and chop off demons' heads instead. I know I'm brutal and volatile. I got to have somewhere to take that out. But I'll tell you, in the projects, it was always about the boys, the boys, the boys, the boys. They always paid attention to the boys, the boys. I think it was Adolf, where when I met him, I said, I can fight like a boy. I might be a girl, but I can fight like a boy. I hope you like me because I can fight like a boy. And there's all the MK Ultra programming, and there's that, I don't know what to say, but that German pride. You know, I was instilled with these Germanic principles, but also these Egyptian principles, the different Egyptian deities. I mean, I went through a lot of different projects. There were some altars that I had that knew how to speak different languages, but I also went through a freedom deliverance. I was set free from demonic possession. So when those principalities left, they took information with them and abilities with them. And like I said, with my altars, that's stuff that they could do. I'm fully reintegrated, but I cannot do those things. That I've been set free, and my altars were programmed with these languages, and I've been set free from it. So I rely on Yahusha. Does that make sense? I'm not explaining it. Please put my lips back. I want to smoke. Okay, you can have your lips back, only to smoke a doobie. I just say that because something happened the other week, and looking back on it, I'm kind of upset because the person who kissed me, I really need them to be in one specific role in my life, and I need them to be in a specific role in my life. I am depending on that person to be in a specific role in my life, and I need them to be in a specific role in my life. And if they're trying to like have some sort of romantic relationship with me, first of all, it's not going to work. Secondly, they didn't go ask Yahuwah, because if they went to Yahuwah, Yahuwah would have said no. No, Holly's mine. No. And I'll explain to you no, so that way you don't get butthurt over it, but Holly's mine. And here's 1,000,000+1 reasons why she's mine. And that would be Yahuwah saying she's mine. And when I was set free from the demons, that's what he said, is she's mine, she'll always be mine. I need that person to stay in a certain role in my life. I'm depending on them to be in that role. I can't. If they don't want to be in that role in my life, I'm going to be pretty screwed and back to square one where I was 6 months ago. And just to find this person took me forever. So I want them to stay who and what they are in my life. I don't want them to change into something else. All right, sorry. I'm like, I fear the big guy upstairs. Yeah. Well, you're not even in this country, Golden Coin, so. All the good ones are in a different country. You're safe anyway. No, but really, I've been through a lot of stuff. And, I kind of really like my life the way it is right now. And like the guys that were always in my life, they'd always take me away from my friends. And I would not be able to do the stuff I liked. And I would not be able to run my videos. They took me away from that. Stop running your videos. Who are you talking to at 3 a.m.? Oh, somebody I want to talk to. Well, you were sleeping. I don't want to be taken away from the things I love and like. And that's all boyfriends, as well as my ex-husband, ever did in the past, was take away my money, my freedom, use my car, and leave me at home without my car so I couldn't use it. That's what the ex that collapsed my lung did. Use my car to go to work because he didn't have one. And then I'm stranded at home all day. And then he has the audacity to come home and say, well, I don't know what you've been doing all day. Nothing. Nothing is what I've been doing because you took my car to work and you're having little girlfriends that you meet on Plenty of Fish come visit you on your lunch hour and you bang them and then get in my car and drive home to my house. Why don't you just go stay with them? Because I don't want you. I don't want you. And I would tell them that too. I don't want you. If I was going to have a man, I'd pick a Renaissance man. I would. But listen, I'm already married. All good. For saying enough is enough. Yeah, and for a long time, like in this normal life, I'm not talking about the super soldiery or being trafficked. I was always the girl that took the guy back. I was that girl that you just want to smack upside the head and be like, oh, come on, Holly. He's going to do it again. He just did it to you 15 times in a row. He's only love bombing you so you drop the charges and he doesn't have to go to prison for 5 years for what he did to you. And there you are, dumbass. You take him back and now he's not going to pay the time for his crime and what he did to you. I was always that girl. The guy that Gulia, you ever see that movie? What was it, Wedding Singer? And Drew Barrymore was marrying a guy and her married name would have been Julia Gulia. You remember that movie, Wedding Singer? Julia Gulia? Oh my gosh. Sometimes I feel like they do things to mock me, and I'm not trying to say it's me, and they wrote the movie about me, because I know they didn't, but it's just these little things. Well, the dude that strangled me to death on my kitchen floor. Could you imagine? Holly Gulia. I am the Gulia. Holly Gulia. So I took that guy back after he strangled me to death on my kitchen floor like a dumbass. Oh, I'll talk about battered woman syndrome. I know that when I point fingers, they're always pointing back at me. And when I talk about people, listen, I used to be that person I talk about. I've come a long way. And anybody that's known me, my support system, even onlookers, they can tell you, yeah, Holly, man, she has changed. She's got a ways to go. She's far from perfect, but she's centering in the truth. She is healing. Abba is composing her. He is like healing her mind and bringing her back together again. Like, I mean, I've been online for a long time. And I showed you guys my good, my bad, my indifferent. I showed you guys the most embarrassing moments and the most vulnerable moments of my life. But that was a part of my calling. But I didn't know what was happening to me. And you guys came and rallied around me. So you're my barakas to Yahuwah. The only thing good about me is my friends. The only thing special about me and my life are the people I have in it. It's you guys. That's how I sincerely feel about it. What makes me special is Yahusha and you guys. It's not me. And I look at you guys as being my direct barakas, which is blessings in Hebrew, from Yahuwah. You were there for me when my own family wasn't. You guys, some of you guys were there for me when my friends weren't. Some of you guys are just showing up now, which good, because I alienated a lot of people in the past. I used to be one of these people that would beat you over the head about Yahuwah. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to listen to others, and I'm always going to, evaluate myself. I know it's about free will, but if you come here to HTV, I'm going to be myself. And yeah, I'm wrapped up into Yahusha and his ways. Together for the Christians and the news being killed in Syria. Oh, God almighty. Absolutely. This kills me. Heavenly Abba, I come before you and I lift up Syria. Okay, we're not talking about the politicians. We're talking about the people, the animals, the kids, men and women, the civilians, their pets. Heavenly Abba, please be with them. Please take them out of their... I don't know how to pray. Please have your Ruach Kadesh, you in spirit, your hallowed spirit, help me pray. Abba, if they're suffering, please take them out of their bodies so they don't have to feel the pain and suffering at the hands of their captors. Please have them pass quickly. Please do not have them sitting there suffering. Abba, I pray that you could just take them out of there right now so they don't have to go through it. In Yahushua's Shem, Selah, Selah. Abba, please go inside their flesh temples so they only feel you and they do not feel the pain and they do not feel the fear, and that they only feel your power and your strength. May they not... May their bodies not feel the pain that they're going to go through, the beatings and then the beheadings. In Yahushua's Shem, Selah. Heavenly Abba, I wish for you to stop it. Just make it all stop. In Yahushua's name, Selah. Heavenly Abba, will you intervene? And the people that... This is hard. Because who's the good guy? We're all fighting in a war. Abba, please intervene and engage these politicians directly who are putting the civilians up to killing each other. Abba, please engage the armies and engage the soldiers so the soldiers stop traumatizing and torture citizens of other countries, and they're humane and they have a conscience about it. May they just stop fighting in the war. Abba, I pray for the people that are suffering, even if they don't believe in you. Abba, I pray for everybody that's suffering and going through this. In Yahushua's Shem, Selah. From the Normie HTV Holly Television. Being killed in Syria. Abba, engage them, engage the attackers that are calling for these murders, calling for this war, calling for this chaos. Somebody has to be responsible for it, Abba. I pray for the people suffering. In Yahushua's Shem, Selah. I'll tell you, stuff like that makes me toss and turn at night. You're very dear to me. My golden coin, yes, you are mine. And I am not sharing you. I can't do my Zelensky. Normal. Speedy Romans, you're funny. Jeremiah 29 and Isaiah 54 over them. I pray in agreement with you, Alicia. Sometimes at night I fall asleep praying this stuff, and I pray for people. I'll be like Abba. I pray for everybody that's alive, everybody's salvation right now. And I'll list specific people. But I do I pray big. I pray big. I'll pray for everybody in the world all at once. I don't just pray for me or just for my friends or just for what I know. I try to look beyond that and think of everybody. I pray for the animals that have owners that are not praying for them. I pray for the animals that are wild. I pray for animals that are traumatized, tortured, sacrificed, and left behind or hit, and then the driver takes off and leaves the animal to suffer by the roadside. Oh, it breaks my heart. All that stuff gets to me. Abba, and while we're talking about it, I pray for them now. Abba, intervene with the human beings that hurt your creation. In Yahushua's Shem, Selah. And I pray for the people in Syria. They are our brothers and sisters. Poor Syria. Did you see what Syria looked like before Sharia law ruined the country? really humbled, Joe. I'm really humbled, Joe. I love you too. Like, I'm really humbled that I got all you angles, Alicia. I am. Joe, and you're special. You're really cool. It's yeah, the reason why Abba made me twice your age and put me on the other side of the world is because you and I would have had way too much fun. Your mom would have been like, "You're not behaving. You're hanging out with that Holly. I am sending you to Portugal if you don't behave." I'm going to separate you from that Holly. I'm going to make it so you cannot hang out with her. My prayers aren't. I struggle with my prayers because, I'm very layman. I don't have finesse, and I need to think of details, like really look at the whole entire situation, look at different perspectives, and pray from those different perspectives. And what I'm learning right now is not to have emotional reactions with people that have differing opinions, but be able to sit there, listen to what they're saying, and understand why they're saying it, and to put my feet in their shoes and to see where they're at and why they're there without judging them, just the same way I don't want to be judged. But I don't want to miss out on a great friendship with somebody because we have differences. I can embrace those differences, and I would not want any one of you to go, "Oh, that Holly with her Yahusha, she don't shut up about them." I can shut up about them. And honestly, when I do interviews, I ask the host or hostess, "What do you and your audience want to hear?" If you don't want me to talk about them, that's fine. I am going to make mention that I chose Yahusha and that's who helped me, but I don't have to harp on it. And that's why, even with Shanti, I didn't want to be preachy with her. That's what I was trying to say. Just leave it as my creator. I went to my creator. After the show, people can come to me and say, "Holly, can you expand on that more? What do you mean you're creator?" And I can say, "Thank you for asking. I chose to have Yahuwah." "Oh, okay, Holly, can I hear more?" Or, "Oh, okay, Holly, thanks for giving me clarification. I see I'm into source," or "I'm into, I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, so I'm trying to learn a balance. And I don't want to, I'm so worried that if I learn a balance that I'd be falling out of Yahuwah's will. But I don't think so, because I keep asking Yahuwah, I want your kind of peace. How did you deal with things? You always had a peace and tranquility about you. When it came to other people, even ones that didn't believe, you had a peace about you, and you had a peace about handling it. Yeah, deep down inside, you may have had thoughts or feelings, but outwardly, I'll watch later. All right, Speedy Romans, you gotta go. Peace. I pray for you and your sister. Have a blessed night. Barak night, Speedy Romans. I gotta figure out what I'm doing about dinner. Oh, you know what I gotta figure out? Tomorrow's the Sabbath, right? I gotta get ready for the Sabbath. I don't know what I'm gonna want for the Sabbath. Yeah, I ain't gonna ask anything from the guy that kissed me. I think I'm just gonna tell him, "Listen, I need you not to ever do that again. Thank you, but no thank you. I made a decision a long time ago, and I plan on sticking with my decision. When I don't stick with my decision that I made a long time ago, I get myself in trouble. Hence, I got raped. I got a collapsed lung." but also I'm better on my own. And with the things happening in the world, I want to be sharp. I want to be on point. When things start happening, I want to be there for you guys. I want to know what's happening. I want to be on the front lines. I'm a prayer warrior by nature. I'm just a prayer warrior, and that's what I do. I engage in spiritual warfare, and I know a lot of people may not really like that and have their opinions about it. And I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful to them, but I'm going to be very honest. And yeah, that's me. I do spiritual warfare, and I try to make sure I'm good at it. I focus on it. I want to make those demons flee my presence when I walk in a room. I want them gone and out of here. And, you know, the way I see it, we got a 7-year tribulation coming up. I want to be of value to people, but more than that, I want to make it to the end of the 7-year tribulation. So yeah, right now I want to have my nose to the grind. I want to know my shepherd's voice. I want to be good at spiritual warfare. So that way, when the seals rip open, I'll hear them. When the trumpets sound off, I'll hear them. And when the bowls of wrath are poured out, well, that's when Yahusha's sheltering his seals for those 3.5 years. But anyway, his wrath's not appointed to me. But I just think in those days to come, people are going to be wanting answers. And I want to be there for them. You know, World War III is going to happen on American soil, and I want to be useful to people. I know that sounds stupid, but Holly's slaying it out there. I want to help. I want to use my spiritual gifts with you guys. I want you to be able to come to me and be, Holly, what the hell is going on? I can be like, oh, well, by the way, Abba says this, that, the other thing, and this is what we can expect coming up. Or, hey, listen, this wasn't Abba's hand, it was the enemy. And with the advanced technology that Dr. Robert Duncan is talking about, guys, we got our hands full. Well, thank you for wanting to hear him. Yahuwah loves you guys so much, especially you, Golden Coin. No, he does love all of you very much, and I know he wants me to tell you. He wants to do more for you than he's ever done for me, and I'm not making that up. He did say that back, I believe it was the summer of 2021, when he told me to get up at the pulpit, and he told me to tell you that he wants to do more for you than he's ever done for me, but you got to go to him directly for yourself. Get to know him for yourself. I'm not telling you to go to church. I'm telling you just to go to him for yourself and turn to him. Get to know him and his ways. Live for him. He's a really awesome. Anyway, I guess to each their own. But yeah, I'm triggered a little bit. Like now I'm triggered. I wish I could have been this triggered before I got live with Shanti. Because then I would have been like a million miles a minute. Yeah, war will be here on our soil. We are going to see some amazing crap. Oh my goodness, it's going to be bad, okay? It's going to be bad. I know people see things differently. I know people think, oh, the seals are being opened. Okay, let's not debate. And let me just tell you what I talk about with Abba. All right, So that 7-year tribulation is very distinct. And when those seals open up, that's when you're losing a quarter of the population. It's unmistakable. You'll be able to look at that paragraph about the first horse, second horse, third horse, fourth horse. Look at that paragraph and go, oh, yeah, that just happened for exactly what it said. You know, a quarter of the population dies. You as a human being are going to feel it in your soul. That's going to have a heavy hit. And that's how we know it has not happened yet. And also, Yahuwah is with us now, so we can ask him. But then when that 7-year tribulation hit, we're going to see mysterious signs and wonders. And I don't think people really understand what that means. You know, like with all of these flash floods right now, or not flash floods, but with all of this bad weather, that's all man-made. That's not by the hand of Abba. It's not natural weather. It's all, you know, he who controls the weather controls the world, and that's what we're looking at right now. Hey, Riz girl, how are you? And that's what we're looking at right now. When all hell's going to break loose, when those two witnesses are on the scene, because whoever's controlling the weather right now is not going to be controlling the weather when the two witnesses are on the scenes. The two witnesses, they will be dressed in black sackcloth, literally. It will be Enoch and Elijah, because those are the only two that have not died yet, and it is appointed to man to die one time. They're not superheroes. Enoch never transformed into the angel of Metatron. We don't transform into angels when we die. We stay human beings. But seeing all of these things happen, we're going to be seeing mysterious wonders and signs. I mean, look at what's happening in our skies above us. Have you guys, like, Gnostic Warrior, how are you? Oh, wait. You're not a friend. You're a troll. Hey, Cecilia, how are you, sweetheart? Wish I saw you before I saw Gnostic Warrior's comment. I'm not a Karen, and who are you telling to call the cops? So, like, we're going to see the beast of the sea do magic. We're going to see some strange things. Like, if you've, like, had gazed on astronomical events lately, and say you just get a simple pair of binoculars and you go outside and look at the full moon and the stars, you will notice how many drones are up in the sky that used to never be there even 20 years ago. Like every minute, you're going to see at least two high altitude flying drones. And these drones have advanced technology on them. They have technology that can read all your biometrics, scan you and know what kind of blood you have, know your biometrics. I don't know how to explain these things, but I can see them in my head. Like your body has a certain pattern to it, a certain frequency. And these high altitude flying drones have the technology on them where they can fly over, scan you, and know exactly who you are and how your body works. How do you stop that? You're not going to text on here. Oh, thank you so much, Cecilia. I really appreciate it. I thought it was good too. Talking about the altars and what I was programmed like, you know, definitely gives people insight. But yeah, I had male altars. I don't mind talking about the male altars. I do sometimes inside cringe a little bit. But it explains to me why I had dreams before where I was a man with a penis. And it worked like it was mine. And was that really a dream? No, I mean, I was born a girl. It's just I went through these projects and I did have male alters. I knew that about myself. But in this normal life, I was always a heterosexual. I was never like a lesbian or like I wasn't. I was always heterosexual, monogamous heterosexual. I never like got into same sex stuff. There was a girl that kissed me and pushed herself on me and she turned me off so much. I was like, if another girl ever so much as lays a hand on me, they're going to be sorry they ever did that because I'm not like that and I don't feel comfortable. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. If I'm going to be with somebody, it's going to be one male and preferably somebody I love that I'm married to. You can interrupt me. Interrupt, please. Hey, Teresa, I think she's going to have me back for part 4. I hope I do good for her, Teresa. And I don't want to, like, get preachy and stuff. Like, and I know I mentioned my creator a couple of times today. I didn't want to be preachy, but you know who my creator is. Thanks for throwing that wrench, Joe. No, I don't do OnlyFans. Are you kidding me? I'd probably wind up owing my fans money if I did OnlyFans. Holly, I went blind. Holly, God, oh my God, you're so skinny. Your bones poked my eye out. You're going to have to pay me $5. We're faster slingers than Billy the Kid, right? Oh, she's amazing. She really is. I'm humbled. I don't know. We might talk about my awakening, what it was like to wake up and fall apart. Maybe I can talk about how voice to skull technology was used on me. And I'll tell you, that did play a role. I mean, that was right when everything was hitting. Like, that was such the pivotal moment in time, was December 2014 of me waking up. But I'll tell you guys, none of us want to be a part of these projects. I saw somebody online going, oh, but I had these mental capabilities. And these mental capabilities are not freaking worth the crap you go through with the technology. It's not worth the side effects. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your disabilities. It's not worth your torture and trauma. And people are like, oh, but I have these mental abilities and I can hear better and I can see better. And listen, I used to think that when I slept at night, I could see through my eyelids to the room around me. I don't think I have x-ray vision. Maybe they did in the dumps. But realistically, no. When we close our eyelids, we can't see through them. We should stay humble and realistic because having any kind of ego is only going to get us in trouble. And hey, Casey, where are you going? Casey, get over here. Get over here, Casey. I'm calling you. I'm sorry about that. Hello. Come on, Casey. I give you a treaty, honey. Come on, sweetie. Good girl. Let's go inside. There is another dog. You're such a good girl. You came to me. I love you, Casey. You are such a good girl. You're such a pretty girl, too. Yes, I love you. You want to play catch? Fetch. Ooh. Ready? Did you lose it? I'll get you another one. No barking. So block the morning till lunchtime when I go to bed. You do? I never wear them because I'm scared of the dark. I don't like them. Like, I got to be able to see what's around me at all times. I may have to get going in about 20 minutes because I got to make sure that I have everything I need for the Sabbath. And I don't, I rest on the Sabbath. Kratom. Darn it. You know what? My spray and wash is out in the car. I hope that doesn't stain. Oh, I only look good for you. I only. I can't. Darn it. Well, I did dress up and was clean for a little bit. This technology, Robert Duncan could have created it for good purposes, but it's being used for bad. And it's not going to be used for good in this world. And if Dr. Robert Duncan is dead, then you know for certain that this technology is not going to be used for good. And Dr. Robert Duncan did say his technology was being used for bad, and not in this many words, but it bothered him. I think I may have been one of the people where Robert Duncan may have felt so bad about his technology being used for bad purposes that maybe he used that technology on me for a good purpose to make sure I was awake so I could deprogram and not be used in the future. That this is my speculation. This is me personally speculating on the situation. And the truth is probably Robert Duncan, if he were alive, would say, Dr. Robert Duncan would say, I don't know Holly at all. Somebody else used my voice. Or maybe he might say, yeah. I knew that Holly, I came across some data, knew that she was used, and wanted to make sure she was awake so that way she had a chance to make a decision with her own free will as to how she wanted to live her life. That's what I'm deducing. But I need to go through all of Dr. Robert Duncan's material before I really can go before Abba to have my conclusions and the answers that I'm seeking. But that man obviously knows me. And I'll be honest, anybody who's anybody is going to recognize me from the dumbs. Anybody who was really, really there, but when I was in the dumbs, I do remember talking to top brass in our military, not only in the U.S., but in other countries. So I want to help all of us to prepare to fight against this technology in our own homes, to not be susceptible to it. Kettles, do you see any Tesla inventions behind the scenes? No. Oh, that technology's been around before. Tesla himself fell back onto that technology that's been hidden from us, that's been purposefully taken away. So that stuff has always been in the dumbs. Yes, I'm thinking, you know what I was thinking when you first said Tesla? I was thinking Elon Musk. Excuse me. Yes. The Rothschilds use it, for heaven's sake. Don't you ever see the Rothschild castles out in the middle of nowhere? You don't see any power lines going to those castles, do you? If you do, I'd be surprised. No, they use free energy. They use this technology. You and I are just not allowed to have it. And when you and I see this technology, we think, wow, there's an angel with powers. And it's not, it's just technology. But no, they use, in the dumbs, that's what they use, is this free energy. They have, for lack of better terms, and these are my terms, they have like it's not a monorail, but they have monorails from one dump to another. You can get from New York to California in 20 minutes through these high-speed trains. And they're moved by magnetics. So all of that stuff is already used in the dumps. Like, watch that channel on YouTube, My Lunch Break, and he'll talk about all the history that's been hidden from us. And that's how another way that they control you while you're busy working at your job to get money to pay your electricity bill. You don't need to be doing that. They have free energy. They killed Tesla because they did not want Tesla to bring that free energy back to you and I. Yes. Yes, advanced weaponry. Also, what's in the dumbs is fallen angel technology. Technology that is above and beyond Dr. Robert Duncan. Like, he says that this technology is created by humans, and yes, but it's nothing new under the sun. This is not the first time we've had this technology. It's just now this technology is being recreated and being brought back out to us. But in the dumbs, they already found, you know, the Noah's flood? Okay, Nimrod found the technology that was buried underneath the ground when the floodwaters receded. Nimrod turned himself into a mighty man. So in the dumbs, they have this technology already. They have the technology that caused Noah's flood to come. And what are they going to do? They're going to, well, first they had to get you and I to forget. So they took all this stuff away from us a few generations later. You and I don't know what happened 200-300 years ago. Now I'm drawing a blank. Damn it, I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank. Damn it. The technology. So they have this technology already. They're using it. You and I, hundreds of years ago, used to have free energy. We used to travel in blimps, and these blimps would go to literally the edge of the world and travel all around. Nowadays, things are very, very different. You know, just even right down to how our streetlights are run. Well, 300 years ago, their streetlights were lit up by static energy. Nowadays, you and I are given these purple LED lights to cause us to be mind controlled. It enforces mind control when they just have you looking at that purple or blue light. It puts you in an altered state of mind. It alters you. So Tesla's inventions, yeah, Tesla, for lack of better terms, it's almost like Tesla refound this technology again. And because he was a very smart man, so he figured this technology out, but they didn't want us to have it. They didn't want us to have it. So Tesla's technology was not brand new with Tesla. It's always existed. It's just Tesla brought it back out to us. Like this voice to skull technology. Yes, Robert Duncan created it, but a couple thousand years ago, we had this technology already, but it was taken away. I'm not explaining myself well. Like here, what? Christopher Columbus came over to America and he conquered it. So what did they have before he conquered it? He conquered it. He took what he wanted and he only doled out to you and me what he wanted you and me to have. And you and I only know what he told us, right? History is written by the ones who win the war, and they're not necessarily the good guy. But Nimrod fell onto this technology that was washed away in Noah's flood. He turned himself into a mighty man. So as far as these super soldier projects that I come from, that's how I personally connect the dots back to scripture. That's how I can make sense of things. Okay, so when I was in the dumps, Mangley was turning me into a mighty man, so to speak. And as far as the advanced technology, well, it's fallen angel advanced technology. Those deep underground military bases were not built by us. They were built by either the Nephilim or the 6-digit people. The giants, Nephilim. Those domes, like Cheyenne Mountain, that was not built by humans. We may have found it and repurposed it, but we didn't build it. All of these domes are not controlled by human beings. No, they're not. They're not controlled by our military. Now, they might say, oh, this is a military installation, but they're not controlling the dome itself. The fallen ones are controlling the dome. I remember entering into a dome, and the only way into this dome, into a certain area, was this big long arm reached out and scanned your forehead. And when it scanned your I remember walking in behind George Bush Sr., there was another super soldier, and then me. And this big arm came and scanned our foreheads. And then the doors opened. And that was the only way we were getting in. No human guards were saying, oh, sure, come in, or put your hand up here. No, we were scanned in by fallen angel technology. The dome was run on fallen angel technology. Us humans do not control these domes. Did I lose my chat room again? Now, listen, this is only what I know right now. It doesn't mean I'm right. I could be wrong about a lot of this stuff. I'm trying to research it and study it for myself. For instance, the stargates and the sea gates, you and I do not control them. They operate, they open and close on their own. Well, human beings wanted a stargate of their own that they could control, and that's why they have CERN, CERN. And CERN took credit for the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is very much real. Oh, you're in here with me. Okay, let's go back outside, honey. Oh, I got to get ready for... Okay, when my alarm goes off, I'll deal. Abba and I are going to have to go to the store to make sure I have everything, but I don't. I was going to go to the store and get my 100 milligram THC Coca-Cola. All right, I'm going to spiral to check my chat room because I think I lost my chat room again. I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm not. The last comment I see says, Joe, I got a book on Tesla's inventions. And that's the last comment. Yep. I lost the chat room. I'm so sorry. That pisses me off because of the lights. Tartaria stuff. Yes, I do, Alicia. I believe in it. The Maria Orsic story and the Vril might be wrong, though, but he was a gent, really. So much more advanced if people were so evil, if people were not evil and greedy. Greedy ass corporations. Yeah. Yeah, he does. My lunch break. He's good. He's good. So back then, you and I used to live in these big, huge buildings. We'd live with our great grandparents, parents, kids, grandkids, our cousins, our aunts and uncles. But instead, you and I have these small little shacks that we work day in and day out to maintain, and none of us live together. We're all ripped apart. Our families are ripped apart. This is not how we used to live. Our families used to dwell with each other their whole entire lives. We did not live the way we do 400 years ago, 500 years ago, 300 years ago. It was very different. In the 1200s, the 1100s, it was very different. Yeah, there's no community now. The biofield. Hey, Illy. Biofields, you know what? I'm not the one to do that. I know our bodies have a biofield and our biofields can be manipulated and programmed, but I don't know how to explain those things. You know, maybe Shanti, Aquarius rising Africa could. I don't know. You know who's good? Dr. Robert Duncan, who's deceased now, but was that Samantha Wallace? Joe, are you here? Who's that lady we were talking about? Wallace. Was it Samantha Wallace? She talks about these biofields and us being used as antennas, as well as our body's energy being harvested and used as a battery for something else, or power for something else, or to power our Samantha Wallace. Yeah. Like our bodies, our energies from our bodies are powering the very technology that they're using to kill us. Cheated, left him, made me. Heavenly Abba, I lift up Teresa and her son. I pray that she is given the money that she is due. Please bring back to her what is stolen from her. If it be in your will, please give back to her what was taken from her. Please provide for her and replenish. Please get her back that money in Yahushua Shem Selah. I am so sorry. Maybe I'm glad I never got married. Teresa, I'm so sorry. Abba, please, please, please restore Teresa and her finances and what's been taken from her and her son in Yahushua Shem Selah. That's horrible. Keegan. Oh, Barakas for Keegan. Please put your hand on Keegan Yahuwah and keep it on him in Yahushua Shem Selah. Oh, Sabrina Wallace. Sabrina Wallace. She's a good one. She talks about this stuff. You may find her on Rumble. I just found Dr. Robert Duncan recently. Man, I wish I found him years ago. But maybe, you know, people say all in Abba's timing, so maybe all in Abba's timing. Maybe it's better that he is deceased, so that way I focus on his material and not him. Oh, Heavenly Abba, I pray you give Teresa and her son a miracle in Yahushua Shem Selah. Please give her and her son a miracle. Oh, wow. I'm so sorry. And he left you both like that? I know you got a long list of things to study. I like his demeanor. I've been studying like what he says and how he says it. He's a very polite man. He's not like, even when somebody is way out in left field, I notice that he still words himself in a very respectful way, but he's very blunt and to the truth. Like I like the one answer he gave. He said something like, "Well, I um base everything in reality and um and science, and because this one girl was flying off about these spiritual experiences, trying to say that it was voice to skull technology, and you could clearly see it. What she was talking about was nothing to do with Dr. Duncan's work. And he was like, listen, I base things in reality. I think they are, Alicia. I think they are because the giants live in the mountains, right? We chased them all off and ran them into the woods, into the wilderness, ran them into the mountains. So, yeah, there's cryptids. They all live in the mountains. And the national parks, I think they're just claimed to be national parks. So that way it can protect these other creatures because that's where they dwell. Call something a national park and it keeps people out. Say something is a military installation and they can't go on the property and it keeps people out. Again, something else that's stolen from you and I. But yeah, I think with the national park, why people go missing in the wilderness, it's creatures, portals, and they're not going to tell you the truth. Just like in news, when a child goes missing, the child's going missing because somebody's kidnapping the child to use it in a satanic ritual or turn it around and pimp it out for sex and then snuff it when the child's all used up. Yeah, satanic panic. The only way to squash that is with Yahusha's name. And that's what mass media doesn't tell you. If mass media was honest and said, listen, this kid was kidnapped, he's being sold for sex, he's going to be murdered, or this kid was kidnapped, she's going to be sacrificed, you would learn spiritual warfare. You would learn spiritual warfare fast because when they do these satanic sacrifices, it's not just that they're killing a human being for these entities, it's that these entities sometimes show up and they're summoned and they're forward and then they're unleashed onto the world. And the only way to stop these demons is to know spiritual warfare. It's the only way to truly protect yourself is spiritual warfare. That's it. You have to know spiritual warfare. How, I mean, because it's a fight against good and evil. To silence an entire generation by calling it satanic panic. Again, it's all mind control. And when people say, oh, well, this world needs love, stop with the spiritual warfare, it's all war. Wait a minute. No. To stop with your spiritual warfare, you're just going to allow demons to destroy you and murder you? What? So while these Satanists are doing sacrifices to summon these things out after you, you want to tell the world, oh, we just need love. Don't be chopping each other's heads off. You're not getting rid of these fallen ones with love. Love is not going to conquer these fallen ones once they're summoned in a satanic sacrifice and sent out after you. It's just not going to work. Okay, you do this. When you have sleep paralysis, call out to love. See what love does for you. All right? You call out good harmonies, good vibrations, good feelings, and see what that does for you in sleep paralysis. Then, call out Yahusha's name. Call out Yahusha's name. His name's going to stop your sleep paralysis where all your good, fuzzy, warm feelings aren't going to do squat. Your good, fuzzy, warm feelings and good thoughts are not going to stop these evil entities that are being summoned against you. And I'm not trying to be rude, but I do have to push back a little bit because no, love is not going to conquer all. Yahusha is. Oh, yeah, Bigfoot, right? Saw the Predator movie Shimmering. Yeah, that when we were sent down to the jungle, we were to get rid of this predator alien looking thing, just like that movie, where like you could see through it, but you could still see like the scenery warped. And this thing could project itself out at you. So even though it had a physical body, it could still leave it and project itself at you. Nasty, nasty, nasty being. Thoughts create their reality. We had to stop resisting. We should have never stopped. Rana went new age. Yeah, I mean, of course you want to have good feelings. But when it comes to getting rid of the darkness and getting rid of this negativity and these negative forces, negative vibrations, negative feelings, honestly, the only thing that works is Yahusha's name. Really, truly. To really get rid of it, I mean, I've tried everything else. I really have. I've tried different spirit guides. I've tried, messing with energies, and none of that got me the results that I have gotten with Yahusha. It was like, compared to now. Yep. Yeah, your thoughts creating reality. Um, it can create an environment, like an atmosphere, but it's not going to create and I mean, you want to have positive thoughts because, you have a positive atmosphere. All right, see at this time, it's 5:55 p.m. My alarm's going off. Oh, thank you, Angel A. Thank you. I took my hat off, got dressed. I look nice. I'll start trying to look nice for my videos more often. It does make me feel better about myself. And it's like I beat on myself because I don't ever let myself feel good or do things for me that make me feel good about myself. I dress myself ugly. I put myself down. I beat on myself. And that just has to stop. It just has to stop. The witch in the dungeon tell always creeps me out. Like, what's with the witch? I can't figure out why they would do that. I totally believe it. Okay, Alicia, this witch was evil. These people get so wickedly, disgustingly evil that the demons allow them to get away with doing their evil. So when I say this witch cut herself open, and it appeared to me like she took out a knife and fork and cut off a piece of her heart and ate it, she could have cut herself open and taken a piece of her intestines, cut it, and ate it. And yeah, when you get people, a witch that evil that's really into her witchcraft, she would be able to do something like that. And there she was, sitting in her rocking chair, laughing as she's eating a piece of her own intestines. And that's who programmed me. That's who did the my labs. That witch. And I was a little girl. And that's not the only my labs that I had been put through, but that's, I was 3, 4, 5 years old, maybe again, maybe the memories came back to me when I was 11 years old. So That event with the witch, it happened when I was younger. With the witch, that's when they were injecting black goo in me, the Anunnaki DNA, and the babies in the jars. The babies were in the jars on the wall, done by someone who planned it. So her, like, she was an actual witch, like a real evil, nasty witch that was successful in her trade. And so, yeah, to be able to do something vile like that would be totally possible. I'm not really explaining it that well. And then the T-Rex dinosaur looking thing, that was Queen Elizabeth or someone else from her clan. That was a shapeshifter. That was someone from, that was her, I think. But she wasn't the only one that shapeshifted. She had a husband that shapeshifted. She had her ugly son who's now king. And Green Kids storybook, and I think it's because for the kids it's the worst nightmare. The Hansel and Gretel kids, yep. They use that story of Hansel and Gretel as a storyline to traumatize or to program us kids. Heavenly Abba, I come before you. What can I get to eat for the weekend? I need something to eat. I think I'm having a hot flash right now. Oh, I hate them. I can't think straight through them. Get out of my chat room. It's not menopause. I lost my period due to malnutrition and weight loss, so it's not menopause. I had blood work done. Come on, Casey. Let's go in. Come on, honey, honeys. Oh, yeah, that's a hot flash. Oh, my goodness. What time is it? It's 6. Oh, guys. I actually... Hang on 1 second. Hang on a second. All right, beautiful, fine folks. I'm going to have to let you go. I got to feed the chickens. My hand fan for my right. They're starting to get better. Like, they're starting to die off. So long as I eat like 3 times a day, my hot flashes are dropping off because my body's getting what it needs. But I got to really focus on my eating. But I've had them for years now. I went to the gyno. I got blood work. And it was when I first lost the weight, my period stopped. Now I dropped more weight. So it's due to malnutrition. I really have to eat better. Yeah, I want to feed my fine feathered friends. So, and honestly, I want to go to the food store to pick out what I want to eat with Abba tomorrow. Like, on Fridays, if I have a little bit of money, I like to go to the store with Abba and say, okay, Abba, let's get our supplies for the Sabbath. What do you want to do for the Sabbath? What do you want to eat for the Sabbath? And then I get our food, and then I hang out with Abba for the Sabbath. Uh-oh, this sucks. I'm not going to be able to get vape juice. Uh-oh. This is all I have. This is bad. This is bad. I'm not going to have money for vape juice. I hope when I do have money, when I get to the vape place, that they actually do have my vape juice. Tastes like tobacco. What are you doing? What you doing? You want food? Come here, honey. I'll get you food. I know I gotta feed the chickens. They're waiting. All right, everybody's getting fed. Even Holly. Here you go. Why don't you keep it up here, okay, honey? Eat your food on your bed. I love you. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for this Hollyathon. Thank you for this Hollyathon. Thank you for Shanti. Thank you to you guys. Thank you to the people in our chat room. And thank you to the new people I'm meeting. I'm really humbled. And, yeah, I think Abba's definitely refining me. And I think that's good. You know, so Gizmo, right? I tell him, I'm like, you're where they got the Gremlin soundtrack. When he gets rumbling really loud and I go to feed him treaties, he starts sounding like he's saying, yum, 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 yum. Yeah, what are you doing? He's noisy. Let me see if I can get him to do yum, 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 yum. Hang on. Here you go. Do yum, 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 yum. No, you don't have any more? Usually he gets rumbling so much, he'll be like, yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. A little bit. I don't know if you don't need any more trees. You're so fat. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Honey. Yeah, he likes being a kept cat. He does not. He was feral when I first got him. He was a barn cat, but now he stays inside. So. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, he's my little buddy. Yeah, I call him Rumble. I had to rumble him to give him a home, rumble him to feed him, and he rumbles, not purrs, because he was feral. Like, he beat me up for the first couple of months that I had him because he was feral and I had to tame him. But now he's like a little lover boy and he's my little shadow. I love it. Like, he comes out and greets me and stuff. Like, back when I had my own place, he'd walk out to my car and walk me back into the house like a dog. So, all right, let me go feed my fine feathered friends so I can go find my way to the food store to feed me. You coming out with me, Casey Kasem? Casey, you're such a good girl. I love animals. I really do. They make up for humans. All right, I'm going to go hang out with the chickens. I love you, fine folks. Thank you, beautiful, fine folks, for hanging out with me. And maybe we can come back. If not tonight, maybe tomorrow. Hang out and talk about stuff. Pray for one another. Lift each other up. Talk about juicy topics. All right. You want to see my fine feather friends? What are you guys doing? Look at them. They're going to start tripping over themselves and beating themselves up just to get at the food. So I'm going to let you guys go before they get a little, see them? They kind of get in a little frenzy. All right. I'll see you guys